Hello YouTube. I guess just a quick little introduction to my first video. I like gardening, and I guess this channel specifically will be more of, I guess, stuff like this, just saving my seeds and planting stuff and just do-it-yourself gardening. But I wanted to go ahead and use this first video as a way to introduce my other channel, North Florida Foraging. That way I can have a sort of detailed explanation of what I'm doing. That way the channel's not so scattered. Anywho, I know that's a lot of random stuff, but I'm gonna go ahead and process these and just put them in a screen. I wanted to mainly just get a better up close of these. Like I was saying, the stems are still winged. However, compared to some of the ones that are in my neighborhood down the street, the wings will get almost that far. I mean, they're big. So these ones at first glance, I kind of thought were staghorn, and probably, I guess, still could be. They're not white and drooping, so I would guess by what I've seen from the experts on YouTube that they're not poisonous. However, I will be cautious. I'm mainly going to use this for reseeding purposes because I want to have these in pots or in my landscape, providing shade, vitamins, I guess, medicinal uses, bird food, whatever, worm food, even compost, vermicompost. But yeah, long story short, this was pretty much just a rambling, unedited first video to sort of put a voice behind some of the shorts and comments, I guess. I will also probably be starting a vermicomposting channel as well, just because that in itself is a whole entire channel. Like that's why I started off with the do-it-yourself gardening, which will sort of focus on the whole gardening for free aspect, using worm castings and native soil with, I guess, fermented plant juices of sorts, different combinations and whatnot. Just experimentation for fun. I'm sure the video is a little hard to watch, to be honest, especially with the rambling. So hopefully the me processing this in the middle of all of it at least gives you something to sort of watch. Go ahead and snip that guy right there. Now, to be honest, some people are going to definitely tell you cannot do this, but I know I have a bunch of pots. I'm going to put this guy in some of my do-it-yourself soil, worm compost, or worm castings and sand. And I mean, with each of these node coins, I'm just gonna see if I can get at least some neat leaves off of it and get me a plant, little starter. I mean, this is more of just, who knows, in a month or two, it might get a leaf. If it does, I'll show you. If it doesn't, I'll show you. So let's go ahead and get the rest of this stuff out of here. Now that obviously I have these seeds, I can take, I mean, literally just a cluster like that, and I'd be fine with, well, actually I have some already for my first short with them. But, I don't know. I live in Florida, North Florida, but still right at the beach. And I guess I'm starting to learn that my climate is very forgiving. And so because of that, I like to just throw everything I can, whether it be in ground and pots, and use the various micro... I'll get a little of that. That is just... I mean, it literally just tastes to me like sour... like what a sour Skittle would taste like. And then I guess if you added any kind of fruit taste behind that, then you have a sour Skittle. Which is honestly a thought. Just because I'm a rambler and my thoughts are everywhere, I'm really wondering if you could take this glaze, get enough of it portioned, kind of like you would do with soap or something, put it on a tray and cold, freeze it or something, and maybe be able to then get some of it up, I guess, re-dry it that way and create a sour sugar alternative. I don't know. Obviously, sumac aid is the go-to, so that's what I'm gonna try. Mainly just looking for something I can drink in the morning. I got some roselle hibiscus started, and I actually should go ahead and show y'all. I should go ahead and show y'all that because I did plant that. I did a little short about it maybe 2-3 weeks ago, could have been a month. And that baby's already got some calyxes on it, and they did not have them on it when I put them in. So that is very exciting. I've had terrible luck with roselle hibiscus, and those seeds are actually volunteers, which is why I guarantee they will do better than anything I ever plant. That's just nature. What grows, grows. Give it space and let it go. But anywho, I'm going to be uploading this video as, I guess, the first video for the foraging channel, just because I want to sort of give that an idea of what it's actually going to be. It'll be me taking cuttings that I find in nature or roots or whatever, trying to process them as best as I can, eating some, you know, using them for purposes in home, and then also reusing them out in the garden in terms of just reseeding. Because these guys, I love the way they grow. They grow straight up. You have almost 5, if you're lucky, 5 to 7 feet of clearance. In my climate, is, of course, in terms of understory, where there's just no leaves. I mean, they just grow straight up. So, I mean, up until here, then you have a beautiful winged shade story for, I mean, anything that wants to vine up it. You can create a natural trellis from it. Just put them 5 feet apart, then you can string wire, boom, whatever you want to string your wire in a grid pattern to each winged sumac stalk. Honestly, that's probably what I'll try, because then I could maybe do like Seminole pumpkins up them and just have a nice little natural sumac Seminole pumpkin living fence. Anywho, if you've honestly made it this far, I do appreciate it, and the videos will try to be definitely more thought out and put together. This is just honestly my first day that I am really just free to do this, and so I've kind of just wanted to throw it together so that way at least I'm doing something, you know, getting some of the footage out there. Because to me, sometimes it's nice to just see somebody else playing around with stuff. Like, I mean, right now it did rain. I mean, it's been literally raining the past 2 days, so I was actually curious at how sappy these would be. And of course that brings into safety and all that. I mean, yes, with the rain there could be any kind of pathogens on this. What is interesting to me is after like a heavy rain last night, these things are still just coated. And so I'm actually honestly curious if this coating, if you were to get enough of it and be able to structure it in a certain way, if it's water resistant. I wouldn't say waterproof, but water resistant. Oof, that is just pure sour Skittle sugar to me, however. Now, I'm not going to do any more because, like I said, I haven't really, I don't know. I've tried a little bit of it, and so far I've had no adverse reactions whatsoever. So I guess what I could do is make a sumac, try a little tablespoon, and go from there. Hopefully this isn't spreading any kind of misinformation or anything like that. I mean, these, to me, these do look red. Sorry, I guess that would have been more helpful. But I mean, these do look, to me, they don't look what I've seen to be poisonous sumac. So, anywho, go ahead and put them in this for the time being. I saw one video where they did this, and they kind of just, you know, hand sifted them around with a little light pressure, almost like making a pizza ball. That's my favorite way to analogy things when you're trying to be soft but also agitate and sift. You just need a dough ball. Don't put too much pressure. Anyways, I guess that's pretty much all there is to it. I really wasn't trying to make the video too long. Hopefully it's maybe 5 minutes or so. Where are we at? Nah, we're at 10. I guess 10 is okay. I know that 10 minutes usually is the threshold for like getting monetized, and I'm not even sure if that's how I'm wanting to do things yet. I'm really just, I mean, this is really just all I'm trying to do with my channel and the various ones I create is just show things, try not to give any views in terms of like bad or good, and just, I don't know, play around with nature while I'm here on Earth, able to. That's pretty much it. If you think that's cool, sweet. And definitely any information, that's the other thing. Any information that you have on, dude, anything. I mean, I'm in a southern climate, so obviously southern stuff is more relatable, but to me, I've been finding the correlation between southern, northern, whatever. As long as you got good soil and you know how to grow the plant that wants to grow, the interesting ways in which we can grow them is what I love. So honestly, any northern gardeners, I want to hear any comments, just anything about if you have this tree, how it dies back. Because this is, I mean, obviously it's September, this is when it's fruiting, but I'm pretty sure these guys early spring do have a chance to pop off like this because of the way that our climate is. It gets so hot, but there's enough coastal breeze that I guess it's tropical. I mean, it's a beach, so of course it'd be tropical. But anyways, I'm gonna stop yapping because I doubt very many people are even gonna watch this video, but that is okay. I mainly am just doing the video, so at least it's not all shorts, because I know it does look like it's just a bunch of shorts. This one will be uploaded to my foraging channel, so that one has a first channel, and I'm doing my best to get a worm bin together. I'm working on it sort of slowly, not much going on really, but doing my best to get a worm bin going so that I can actually get stuff on the worm channel, which I haven't started yet. I have it ready to just upload a video and go. But if any of this stuff was useful or just cool to watch, really, let me know. I will be definitely growing these guys in pots, showing you basically, I guess, how small of a pot you can fruit them in. I'd ideally like to think I can get away with a 3-gallon, and, you know, just season-wise, I think I'd be able to get at least one head, which to me is enough for purposes, I feel like. But there's just another look at the winged part. I'd really like to see, so I guess it's not smooth at all, because I know smooth sumac has like this is shiny. But it's just interesting to me how they sort of look the same in terms of the way they are upstanding. Like the videos I watched, they made it look as if it drooped down, whereas these, I mean, they really all were just coming up. I'm sure at some point they do droop down, but anyways, the rambling needs to end, so I'm gonna let y'all go and process these, and then put out way less talkative, rambling videos. Like I said, I'm gonna be starting the channels and whatnot, so just, if you enjoy the stuff I'm working on, thank you. And I do appreciate the comments in terms of just like, especially like with the worms and stuff, like because when I start that channel, I know I'm gonna be commenting all over about the worms. So I do really appreciate the worm comments and the encouragement for trying to get the worm channel started. That's hopefully when I get that set up going, I'll be able to upload weekly stuff, and then be able to mess around with just certain bins that have, you know, just experimentation. I want to mess around with just how you can grow food for worms by also not growing weeds, or, you know, not solarizing the earth. Like if I can grow ground cover that also acts as worm food that is highly nutritious for them and whatnot, that's the kind of stuff I want to look into. And just what they eat, everything they can decompose and whatnot. I'm gonna go ahead and chill out for the day. I got work, and process these, I guess, a little bit later this evening. So thank you for tuning in, and please, like I said, any comments are welcome. Any information, and even if I've gotten anything wrong, definitely let me know, because I like to be wrong. I like to learn what I can get better at. If anybody else notices in these comments also how these, in a sense, kind of grow, I'm noticing a similarity to longans and maybe lychees, but just that extended base where you have little peduncles or whatever they may be. I can't remember the exact word. They're just little, I don't know. To me, it looks, in a sense, like a longan. And the new growth as well being kind of like reddish in color. I really think that's interesting. I did want to try that. I do remember one of the foraging channels saying that if you, something about white sap. I'm not sure. I don't think I'm quite smart enough to figure that one out right now. It might not be the winged, I don't know. But anyways, that'll be all for now. Thank you for tuning in, and I definitely got a lot more foraging videos. I mean, I got a bunch of spots, and I may as well go ahead and get some of the footage, because now that they put that Topgolf in, it is what it is. I just know that there'll be a little bit more jobs and all that. I know then there'll be more. Anywho, the land I'm looking at, it will be gone, and so I need to go ahead and get at least a little bit of the footage, so that way, just people can see the way it can grow in nature. That way they can maybe mimic that in communities, so that way we're just growing things naturally, and I don't know, not trying to figure out how to grow them to our standards. They can just grow the way they grow, and we'll look at it and be like, dang, we just got all this stuff grown on the side of the road. That's probably a pipe dream. But anyways, thank you for watching, and I'm ending this video now. Thank you.